This is a face that as of an hour's time, it will no longer look the same. The same with that one.
I just had this really funny stitch go through my head. That you were going to say, this is the face that within an hour is going to have a pair of testicles on it.
Ew.
And that's all entirely your fault.
Ew. It's also a day of bad hair with fringe going like bing, 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 bing. The weather's horrific. It's hammering down, but it's that like misty, wet stuff, and we've got to go all the way into town. And parking is not just like right on the corner. And then we've got to go shopping. Uh-oh. Huh?
I lost the keys, but it's alright, I got them.
So, we're going to go change our faces. We'll see you in a bit. Well guys, we've got matching glasses. What do you think? We're pretty in love with them.
We are. You think they suit both of us? Which
Yeah.
is kind of weird because usually glasses don't suit you.
No, normally I look like Where's Wally, but
These don't make you look like that. But yeah, we saw them and we just thought they were so cute that we just couldn't resist. I mean, look at us.
Just like the best.
They are good glasses.
Oh yeah.
And, like, I didn't realise until I put these on how much I couldn't see long distance. I did not realise how bad it was.
We were blind.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like, I put them on and all of a sudden everything like black was black. I didn't even know black could look that black.
So, we're all chuffed with our new glasses. So we're going to go shopping.
Yay! It's not gone through yet.
We're in Tesco's with our smexy new glasses. Every shop that we've been in so far, we've had compliments about
have.
our new glasses.
They must look super cool.
And we're in love with them.
Yeah.
So, I think everybody else is in love with them as well.
Yeah. It's really cool. Guys, you'll have to let us know what you think.
Yeah.
And whether you're jealous.
Yes. Honest opinions, as always, in the comments. We're currently still in Tesco's. And I think since we've been in the store, we've had about 5 people compliment our glasses. Which is just epic. Because there's a special meaning behind these glasses. And we will tell you that later on this evening. But the fact that people are asking and saying they really like our glasses is actually really pretty cool.
It is.
But we'll tell you why tonight. Really? Really?
Do you need a wee? That works.
We are home!
It's dark in here, isn't it?
It is. And we've just had our dinner or breakfast. Sorry.
That was rude.
Just watching some TV. And I get a private number. Now I always answer private numbers because a lot of the time it's the hospital to do with my physical health. And as soon as I picked it up I recognised the voice. And it's my CPM. She's rung me. She texted me yesterday and then rung me within like a couple of hours and I'm like, that's not like her. She never rings and she never actually like voluntarily texts me first either. And basically, you know, we got advice about being able to change my CPN. So rung up this lady, she didn't ring back. So she rung up again, but she didn't ring back. Well, it's literally just put me right on the spot because my CPN obviously just rung and I answered because it's a private number. And she's just like, I just wanted to check that everything's okay because Sophie has rung this person twice and we're just a little bit worried. Is like everything going okay? Is there anything wrong? And obviously I've just lied and said I'm about to go into a hospital appointment, I can't talk, because it put me right on the spot. And the reason why we're going through this other person and Sophie's talking is because I can't do it. And I can't say everything that's going on, which is why Sophie's doing it. So this woman that we have spoke to in confidence has just been damn lazy and not rung us back to find out what's going on. And instead, she's contacted my CPN and told her about it. I mean, what happened to confidentiality? What happened to just giving us a phone call back like we've asked? It's just... it really just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and so I rung up the person who I volunteer for because he's the one who gave us the advice. And he said leave it with him for 10 minutes and then he's going to call back. So hopefully he's going to be speaking to this lady and being like, I'm sorry, but you've just really, like, messed around here.
Yeah. It's not on. Like, my CPN, and it's on my notes and everything, know that I struggle with guilt, anxiety, like my personality disorder, everything.
Confrontation, anything like that.
Yeah. And between the two of them, they've just caused all that. Like, it just really doesn't make sense. I mean, why would you break confidentiality?
I mean, like you said, if you'd wanted to speak to your CPN, you would have contacted your CPN.
Yeah, I would have just outright done it. But I didn't.
And for example, I rung up. Did I ring up again yesterday after she contacted you, or was it before that point?
I don't remember.
No, I don't, but I'm just
I
thinking...
think you rung after I'd got the text.
Well, that's what I was thinking, so obviously...
That kind of shows that we don't want to speak to the CPN. Hopefully, this person that Soph volunteers with can figure something out and help us, and I don't have to speak to her again. Because this is exactly what I wanted to avoid, was having to deal with this CPN again because of the guilt and anxiety it'll cause me. Which is why obviously Soph's talking, and I cancelled my appointment with her and didn't want to see her again after doing all this information because I can't cope with that. It's just something that my brain won't let me deal with. And they've just gone and done exactly that. It's just literally just absolutely boggles our mind that they've done this. It's absolutely insane. So, we're going to wait for that phone call back now. I'm going to finish having my brunch. And then I really need a nap. Because I am pooped. So, see you in a bit when we find out what's going on.
Yeah, I'll keep you updated.
But you still liking our new glasses? Ooh, 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 ooh.
Dancing
with myself, dancing with myself. Do you know that song?
Yeah. So, following taking the girls out, first of all, I wanted to show you this. Little bit of decoration from our babies. And secondly, this person's got something to tell you.
We had an entertaining time. When we were out, one of the neighbours along the green moaned because we were the ones destroying the grass, making it muddy. I think we mentioned in the vlog the other day, I don't remember 100%, but I think we might have, that there was kids out there. Each time we go out, there are kids there. And they keep riding their scooters and bikes and skateboards through the mud. And they're jumping in it.
Bikes things.
Yeah, go-karts.
Yeah, that one.
And you can see the tracks from them doing it in the mud and on the pavement. But apparently that's us. That's our fault. So, a lady moaned again today, stating that it's not fair because her granddaughter's coming around tomorrow and she will get the mud in her house. Well, not if she doesn't stand in it.
Well, yeah, I was thinking that.
It can't transfer unless you put your feet in it. So.
And I'm sure her granddaughter's like a teenager.
Yes, she is, because
when she lived behind us still, she
took a card round or something. So yeah, said granddaughter is like 15. So it really, really, really pissed us off.
Although I couldn't help but laugh because it was also kind of hilarious.
So I went to the Facebook page to let everybody know that we are now majorly pissed off.
Again.
Because it's just not fair. So, oh.
No, man. You're touching...
Yeah, I didn't know if it was gonna... I wrote a post with a little bit of sarcasm at the end. And said post, it goes like this. Right, but warning now, explicit language about to be said. So if you're watching this and you've got kids around, you might just cover their ears or something, I don't know. But there is a lot. Right, I'm starting to get more than fucked off right now. I'm not going to say the name of the road either. The green outside walk does not belong to the few houses that are there. It is a public space. Our dog, oh, that's supposed to say dogs, not dog, are not the huge portion of why the green is getting muddy. There are two other portions. One being, it's Cornwall and it's non-stop bloody raining. The second being, the kids that are currently jumping in the mud with their wellies and also riding their bikes, scooters and skateboards in it. To be told again today that we are not to play on this green because we live all the way over there. Actually, we live just the other side of the hedge. Someone else has just commented on my post. And shouldn't be playing on the residents of Walks Green is total bollocks. To be told that our dogs cannot play on there but kids can is absolutely ridiculous. And finally, to be told when I should get in my van and go to the moors when I'm in a fucking wheelchair is just hilarious. A wheelchair on the moors, which there's a place called Bodmin Moors. It's kind of the Cornish version of North Yorkshire, where it's just like countrysides and people do the Three Peaks and they do all, like go off
and
walking
a lot
and
of it's like marshy and boggy as well.
A wheelchair on the moors. My wheelchair wouldn't even get 1 millimetre onto the grass without sinking straight away. This neighbourhood is not just owned and occupied by the people who live on Walk. We have just as much right to be on the green as much as anyone else. I'm sorry that I can't change the bloody weather, but I'm not going to stop taking my girls to be exercised just because of the rain. For those of you who have clearly been looking out your windows every day getting ready to moan, you're clearly not looking very well, as every day we go to the green, we move to a different spot, so that we are not playing in one area. To which the people at the top of Walk can probably agree with, because unfortunately, when we go up that end to give the mud at the bottom a rest, we set off their dogs with ours having to play outside their front window. And there's about 3 or 4 dogs each time that we send wild because of our girls having to be there. Another reason why we can only take our girls to the green and not on the leads walking is because our dog has allergies that have severely damaged her paws. Walking on anything like tarmac, concrete or anything similar will cut up her feet, causing horrific pain and risk causing her to get infections. I am not about to put my baby girl through that just because of the circumstances in the weather that I have no control over. So let's just be clear. You do not own the green. If you're going to moan at our dogs, please also moan at the kids. It works both ways. I'm getting really fucked off that people are being so pathetic over a small patch of outdoor space. Happy Thursday, everyone. And there's one bloke that we've always turned and said, there's a house there that's got the, like, green for, like, the garden. They've never said anything about anything. And they're always polite and say hello, blah, 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 blah. Well, he replied today, I live on, and I couldn't give a fuck, just to be clear. And I've just seen the new lady that's just posted a comment. Way to go, Charlie.
Yay.
So, these people that are moaning, it's the winter, spring, April showers. It's Cornwall. It's Britain. Is a green that's gonna get muddy, and people are getting so pathetic about it.
And it was really funny how she spoke to us today as well, because, like, specifically at the end, the last thing she said as she was closing her door was, that's okay, you just carry on making a mess then.
We were like, okay then.
And then she was like, bye then, lovelies, and things like that, and you're just like...
Sarcastic bitch.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought I'd be a little bit sarcastic in the message.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just really cheesing us off, because there's no need for it.
I just found it funny, didn't I?
And she was just like, and where do these kids live? I was like, around the corner. And she was just like, I was like, yeah, we live there at the other side of the hedge. And she's like, yes, but that's still not on this bit. This is our green. And we're like, no, it's not your green. And she's like, well, not our green, but it's outside of our window.
So,
and
then
your
she was
point?
like, what if I brought my grandchildren over to play and to kick footballs up around the side of your house? Which, thinking about it, it's completely different.
We've had
That's
that.
our house, yeah. And that is our actual house with people, like, chucking stuff at it.
We're not chucking the girl's frisbee at her house.
Most of the time.
No, I don't think we've ever hit hers. Maybe once.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the window. It was a rubber frisbee that bounced off of a wall.
Yes,
it's not continual.
It's not even like they would have heard it, right?
Yeah, it's not continual ball kicking at the side of a house, which we've had. Because this wall here is literally, the path is like right there. And we've had kids kicking the ball off. And we've turned around and said that in sociable hours, okay, do it. It's a piece of wall. And if we're awake, we don't care. It's better than off of our car. And yeah, it's just getting to the point that it's just getting so pathetic. We're just taking our bloody girls out. Does that smell?
Yeah.
It's not like we're chucking shit at her house. Although I'd quite like to now.
We won't, though.
But she used to live, this is a different woman that moaned the other day. She used to live at the back of our garden. And she's the one that would tell Alba to shut up through the fence. And we would be like, you shut up. We was not impressed. But, it's just... She's like, but what happens if I wanted to put flowers in my garden? It was like, well, you can. We're not stopping you.
They would knock them all over, and I was just like, well, they've got flowers in their garden, they haven't once knocked them over.
And she's got 2 upside down hanging baskets in her garden that we haven't knocked over.
Thanks for that.
So she's being all this, like...
Oh, Alba.
Did she burp? Yum.
It's a broccoli burp.
Oh, she's just like... So yeah, she's just being really pathetic. It really pissed us off. And I only go to Facebook to moan if it gets to the point that I need to vent it somewhere. And unfortunately there's literally 6 houses there. The 2 at the bottom are the curtain twitchers that moan about the mud. Then there's one that used to moan because the frisbee would land on his stones, and he would tell us to use a different toy to play with.
That's the one who had all of the Christmas decorations up and all of the wires around.
Then there's the man with the green grass. That's really friendly. Then there's another one where she's got a smile sign in her thing. And I've actually gone to Facebook and apologised to her saying, I'm really sorry that we set our dogs, your dogs off, but we're trying to please the other end because of the mud. But unfortunately, it's now setting your dogs off.
She was fine with it, luckily, so that was okay.
And then obviously her next door neighbours has got 2 dogs at least. And even with the fact they've got a hedge in front of their window, their dogs are still going wild. So I think dogs constantly being wild like they are when our girls are out there is a little bit more frustrating and annoying than a little bit of mud. But who knows? That's just our opinion. What do you think? Do you think we're being over dramatic? Or do you think they're being over dramatic? I mean, I don't know. Let us know in the comments.
Yes, please.
But I've got to carry back on with this engraving.
Purchase.
That somebody's purchased, so you're going to love on this one a little bit whilst I finish that. So we'll see you in a bit. Well, this is the aftermath of Coke versus milk. I mean, it's certainly more clear and see-through, but it's not as see-through was what they say it was going to be. And it will all just mix up when you do that again. So I don't really... I mean, it wasn't full fat milk, because like I said in yesterday as well, we didn't have it, but yeah. Don't know whether to be disappointed or not with that.
It worked better than the first time we did it.
Yeah.
Oh, you can actually see the bits floating around.
Mhm.
You stirred it.
We left the egg in for another 24 hours. You can see that it's gotten a lot more see-through, and it is a lot more bouncier. You can see the yolk in there. We're going to shine the light in it now and we'll see. No, you're cool like that. How freaking cool is that, people? You can see the yolk. No. Through the membrane. Can you see it drop? That's insanity. I think tomorrow we'll just leave it for now. I just want to open it to see what it's like on the inside. But I'm kind of mesmerised by that. So yeah, definitely a cool little experiment.
You mean a cool little experiment?
Yeah. Okay, I'm really fascinated.
I can tell.
Even then you can just see it moving, like, so cool, like. Why don't you look like a secretary? Yeah. You're a bit wonky.
I'm studious.
You're so cute. Oh.
Oh, they fell off my... I think they're a bit big for me now.
Good evening. Well, these glasses, they don't have... You can probably see yourselves in here.
Yeah, they're good reflectors.
Yeah. So, we've had a lot more comments on my post.
Yes.
A lot supporting us. One person just put, who was it? And I got a feeling it's the one with the stones. And I turned and said, this post isn't about naming and shaming. It's about telling people to back off, basically. All I'm stating is that it is a resident along that walk. I'm not gonna sit there naming and shaming.
No.
It's not about that. It's about telling people to get off their high horse and just like leave us alone. So whilst I just started doing my nebs, I thought I would just check the internet to see if there is anything stating that dogs cannot go there, or if there's any areas on our estate that dogs cannot go to. And there is places in Cornwall that there's a specific order in place that you either aren't allowed to take your dogs, or you have to keep them on a lead, or you can get told to put your dog on a lead, or you got to take poop bags, things like that. There's 136, in fact. But Launceston doesn't have any. So we're going to keep carrying on what we're doing.
We win.
It's like Soph turned and said, "Oh, you're going to screenshot and put it on the post." I'm not going to, because they're just as capable to research it, and well, I'm not going to give them the power to be then able to then go and do it. Because the problem is, if they go and get one of these orders in place, it can prevent kids from playing on there as well. And there's a lot of kids that play on that green, especially when it's like really nice weather. So we're just going to keep that little information, the specifics, to ourselves. But so the purpose for our glasses, you might have noticed, ta-da, they're actually Red Nose Day glasses. So when you're seeing this vlog, you're actually going to be seeing it on Red Nose Day 2019. 2019.
Dear Lord.
And with us wearing these all day into 4 or 5 stores,
Somewhere around there.
walking around town, at the shopping area and in Tesco's, we've been raising awareness about Red Nose Day.
And a lot of people have commented and liked them, so
Yes.
there's also that, which is great.
Yes, so we did pay for these, so that's money that goes towards Red Nose Day.
And I'm not being like all funny about Argos or anything, but these glasses were from Specsavers and they were £2 a pair. And the whole £2 goes to Red Nose Day. In Argos, because we popped in there today.
Hang on.
But yeah, so, in Argos, because we went in there today, they have these little red noses, which have like different characters, and there's some that are mermaids and some that are like little other things. And I was like, oh, we could get a red nose each as well. But I changed my mind, because they were like £1.50 or something, and only 62p went to Red Nose Day. And I'm not being funny, Argos, but you can do better than that.
I mean, what does Argos need the money for? They're a pretty well-known chain, in the UK at least, who make a lot of money. What do they need the rest of that money for?
Yeah, I mean, if Specsavers can give away free glasses, well, not free, but like basically free, because the money goes straight to charity is what I mean. If they can do that, you can give away, like, you can give all of the the proceeds from that.
It's one day a year.
Charity.
It's not like it's every day.
I was just a bit shocked, like, because when I saw these, and I was just like, oh, it all goes to charity. That's really cool. And then we were in, like, bloody hell, that scared the crap out of me.
I was dreaming and she was like this, and she suddenly just goes...
It was horrible. It was violent.
It was.
She's okay with
She's
it.
never done that before.
No, but she's okay with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I looked at them and I really, really was tempted to get them, and then I saw that in the fine print and I was just like, no.
Nuh-uh. Sorry, but no. And I know it would have still been 60p, but why does Argos need the money from it? Why? They don't need it. They get a ton of money from all the purchases that they make. Let down, Argos. Let down.
I mean, to the extent that if it was like we could get more glasses or that, I would choose to get the glasses because all of that money goes to charity.
And they
Even
went
though they're
from
more
kids,
expensive.
and there was teenagers, and there was adults. Size glasses. Whoop, whoop. And obviously we're not going out tomorrow, so today was the day to get them out and get everybody to see it and raise awareness. And it worked. Whoop, whoop. So now it's time to show you our real glasses. We've been taking off our real ones to pop on these ones every time we picked up the camera when we were at home and whatever else. So yes, let's do a little bit of a YouTube magic. And in 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Let's look at those first. See, so sophisticated.
That's exactly what Dad said. He was like, oh, you look so sophisticated. And I was like, you mean Sophie-fisticated? No, I didn't say.
That really wasn't that pleasant.
I said sophisticated.
Sophie-fisted.
I didn't. That's not... I've gone pink. That's not what I said. I said sophisticated.
Sophie-fisted on camera.
Shut up. You need to get rid of this, please.
Nope.
Oh, this is terrible.
I don't care.
Yeah, but you might encourage
It's
kids
entertainment.
to go around saying it.
Don't care. I'll put an advisory in the description. Which I got to do anyway because of all the swearing in today's vlog. Oopsie. And here's mine. With my little... I don't know if you're going to even see them. Oh, hello, Soph.
Hi.
Here's my little granny additions.
Your glasses are filthy already, babe.
I know. And mine have got like this leathery sort of pattern. But I got quite a bargain on mine.
Indeed.
They were supposed to be £129. And I said to the woman...
What brand are they? Osiris.
Yeah.
I nearly said what breed. It's not the right word.
Which was, apart from my last one, which was super dry, I've always had Osiris glasses. I said to the woman, I was like, I'm really gutted because before... She's going to change her face.
Oh, shut up, babe.
Before...
Nice.
I said to the lady, I was just like, I'm really gutted because before I got sick, I used to spend like $400 or $500. You blurred the camera.
I did. How rude is that?
Like,
what was it focusing on? It didn't focus on anything.
No, I used to spend £400 to £500 on a pair of glasses.
Literally.
And this was going to be my first NHS pair, and I was bummed out. And she was like, 2 seconds. Went away, come back with these. And literally, she bought about 7 other pairs of like the NHS ones, and I looked like a fool in all of them. And she was just like, there's these ones. They are a top brand, but try them on. And I tried them on, and I was like, yeah, they fit really well, and I really like them. And I turned around, and I saw the price, and I was like, but I can't afford £129. She was like, but it's okay, because they're reduced. Haha. And then with obviously the NHS voucher as well, I got them for free. Yay!
So we
Woo!
splurged on my glasses.
We did, because Soph needs ones for driving as well, and
Yeah.
anti-glare and crap.
So these ones are my driving glasses.
You got a little bit of detail going on here, which is pretty cool.
But yeah, these are my driving glasses because you might be able to see the reflection of the light.
The green tinge, like.
Yeah, these are anti-glare. Yeah, these are anti-glare, which actually, it's really strange actually.
You've never had them before, have you?
No.
I had them on all of it. I had anti-glare, anti-scratch. I used to have like reaction lenses.
Didn't you?
I used to have dyslexic bits put in them. That's why it would cost so much. And like designer for frames.
But yeah, so we spent a little bit more on mine to get ones that would look good for me and that I was comfortable with, because I've got a stupid shaped head. So I
we know that because you needed surgery, but we decided not to have
yes,
it.
but But like, so it does make it a little bit more awkward getting glasses because I used to have to wear kids ones when I was like 18, so that was fun. But yeah, so we spent a little bit more on mine, got the anti-glare on these ones, so that these are my driving ones. We decided these ones would be better for my driving ones because they're not as like thick around here, so not so much view obscuration. But I'm gonna tell you guys, because I've told Charlie like 50 million times and I just have to say it. When we were having them like rejigged to make sure that they fit properly, she asked me to put them on, and I put them on, and she was like, "Can you read the sign at the back of the room?" You got some hay
on my socky walk.
Yeah. But yeah, she said, how does the sign look in the back of the room without them on? And I was like, fine. And then she said, okay, now put them on and see if you can, what does it look like now? And I didn't realise how dull everything was. Like, I put my glasses on and it was black. And it was crisp. And I thought it was black before. But, like, with my glasses on, I realised that it was like just like a dull grey.
And she hasn't even really got a prescription.
It's not
literally,
that
they're
strong.
like that minor. The optician said, ordinarily you wouldn't need glasses, but because it's affecting your sight, that's why you're going to have them.
Yeah. But literally, it made such a big difference, and it was just such a shock that I'd put them on, and it was just so clear. And then it just makes me chuckle how, with my old glasses, whenever I put them on and use them for reading, which is what they told me to do, it would make it duller and slightly blurrier. So I was always just like, it's not supposed to happen.
No.
But these ones and my other new ones are awesome, and it's so cool.
Mine's making me a little bit dizzy and it's giving me a bit of a headache, but I think it's just...
It's because you're not used to the bifocals though, isn't it?
Plus, they are stronger and my eyes are so used to straining.
Because you don't wear glasses.
It's because the other ones were crap, they never...
Yeah, they weren't good. They were too strong.
No, they were...
And too weak.
Yeah, it was kind of a little bit
all
backwards.
Over the place.
Yeah. So yeah. Glasses!
That's been our busy day.
Yay! We got a few things going on tomorrow, but it's all gonna be at home. I had another 2 sales from the Walking on Rainbows Facebook page. I'm going to put a picture at the end of what they look like. And I'll leave a link in the description to go join that page where you can get like engraved stuff. We got a delivery coming. We were going to go to the cinema tomorrow night, but my oxygen broke. Hence no tube. So it's in the middle of sorting it, but I wanted to finish the vlog. So yeah, boo-hoo for the cinema. I do believe though that tomorrow there's the film coming out 5 feet apart, and it's about cystic fibrosis. We might see it together, or I might wait for it to come out somewhere. But it's quite controversial. And the reason why I want to see it is if it's a load of bollocks, then I want to make a stand for those with cystic fibrosis about how shit it is. But if it's really good, then obviously I'm going to help promote it. So we're just going to have to see on that one.
Indeed.
But yeah, thanks for coming on our day with us with our Smexney glasses. Even our new ones. I had these coming on up the stairs, and before I got in here I went to the toilet. Boy, that was really disorientating, having 3 lenses going on. Especially as my nose is so small, and it was just going because they won't fit on my face properly. Yours has got good clearage here.
That's because I've properly wedged. I balanced the top of this bit of my frames on my actual normal frames like that. That's what I've done. Otherwise, they're like this, and I can't see.
You're like the Queen. So
I'm
on that
pretty
note,
sure the Queen does not look like this.
no.
No.
So on that note, We'll see you tomorrow.
What is with your giant nostrils?
I'm trying to hold my glasses up.
I see.
So, we're gonna see you tomorrow, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thursday the 14th of March. Well rooted. But I am like a green olive tree in the house of God. I trust in and confidently rely on the loving kindness and the mercy of God forever and ever. I will wait on, hope in and expect in your name, for it is good in the presence of your saints. After the 10 spies gave a terrible report that Canaan's dangers, Caleb and Joshua urged the panicking Israelites to trust in God. The Lord is with us, fear them not. But the people wouldn't hear it, even planning to stone these 2 faithful men. That generations was barred from entering the promised land for their unbelief. How do we hold fast to our faith when the news reports have everyone in a panic? In Psalm 52, David paints a beautiful picture of steadfast trust. He is a green olive tree in the house of God, rooted deep in a secure place, confidently waiting for and relying on the good nourishment of God's love along with his fellow believers. Is your confidence rooted in God as Caleb's and John's was? Deep roots will not be swayed even as high winds howl. Show others the firm ground of your confidence. Like these ancient brothers, encouraging people around you with God's solid truth. Father, like David, Joshua and Caleb, help me stay well rooted in your loving kindness rather than trembling before the giants in the land. You've got this.